Recapping our top story this hour, Human Settlements Minister Tendi Similani has deployed an emergency housing team to assess flood damage in Limpopo and Mpumalanga following widespread destruction caused by heavy rains. Do follow us.
Welcome back to my channel. Hey my ravens, how are you guys doing? If you remember this position, you're an OG raven. How are you guys feeling? It's a new year, and on my channel every year we kind of reflect on the year that we just passed. This took a while for me to make. I've been going through this phase where I'm just like kind of trying to figure myself out and find the reason behind why I'm even in front of this camera and talking to you, and trying to really build myself to the best of my ability. Does that make sense? Build myself to the best of my ability. I need to read. Another thing, this year, 2026, we need to read some books. I've been reading some books, but then it's usually those like local books, or whenever I'm reading, I'm usually reading like work related things. So I want to just have a certain book dedicated to me that I just want to read. We may go to a bookstore together to go and find that book. But anyway, as I was saying, I've been trying to just kind of find myself and kind of decipher, why am I doing this? What's the reason behind me being in front of the camera? These entire holidays, like the whole of December, I wasn't outside. I was indoors. Just really, it wasn't my plan. I wanted to really go out there and explore so many things and just enjoy myself to a certain degree, just enjoy the holidays for once. But I don't know, just something in me was like, just chill, sit down, reflect. I have had an intense year, a very, very, very intense year. This past year, 2025, really just brought out a side of me that I didn't even know existed. So let me explain. Right in the beginning of the year, okay, my profession is in engineering. So usually there, you kind of have to build your academic a rank. You can't just stay at degree level or at diploma level. You have to always build. So where I am currently based, they motivate that and they support it a lot, right? So I had to do my advanced diploma the last year, in 2025. So in the beginning of the year, usually, when you're working full time, people kind of opt for part-time studies. But then my issue was those part-time studies are 2 years. And I was like, I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that really. I'm not sure if I'm willing to study the same thing for 2 years. Like, I'm not really doing that. So at my institution that I came from, that I originally graduated at, they offered it only for full-time. So I was kind of just thinking, like, can I do this? Like, can I really do this? Should I probably just challenge myself and just do these modules in 1 year, get it over and done with, and move on, while performing at work as well, which is very demanding. And initially I got rejected, right? So at my institution, they rejected me. They were talking about some documents missing and stuff, and I was not having it. I was like, I'm getting into the school whether I like it or not. I sent them like a long ass email, and I just kind of let them know, like, I don't understand why these documents are missing. First of all, I'm a former student of this institution. Why would you reject me? But anyways, could you please give me more evidence as to why I'm not eligible for me to be in the institution, because my academic results are more than sufficient. I've been a student here before, and I also attached my documents that they said were missing in the email. So they kind of just got back to me and said, no, don't worry, you accepted. They just kind of accepted me, and I was like, okay, cool. I fought for this. It's time for me to go ahead and do this, right? Boy, oh boy, When I tell you guys the struggle that I had this past academic year, it was not a joke. I don't even sometimes I just kind of chill and just think like, what the hell was I thinking? So I built this and it actually works, but then these switches are supposed to light one LED at a time. So when I put them on, when I switch them on, it switches everything on. And when you indicate in a car, that's not what happens. So I was trying to troubleshoot it and I did some research and I realized that I connected the shit the wrong way. So I luckily have to start over and it's 2 a.m. My lips are dry as hell. Hey, oh. I'm done with my exam. This exam. I still have another exam coming on Monday, so don't stop praying, not just yet. Like, what was I doing? I don't understand the amount of times when I've been at my office overtime, the amount of times when I haven't had a chance to sleep. Over the weekend I'm busy, like I have no social life. I'm just doing all, I mean, I never really had a social life. I don't really have phase like that, but I couldn't explore myself the way that I had intended to explore myself even in the beginning of the year. I wanted to go learn how to swim. I wanted to do so many things. I wanted to go have singing lessons. I like to sing. Okay, you don't know that, but I like to sing, but I just can't. So I just had so many things that I wanted to do, and I couldn't do them. So I was kind of just like chilling out. Guys, it was difficult, man. And it was so difficult. Okay, so let me give you some context as well, right? I'm a top performing student. Like my whole life. I have certificates on end. They're quite far now. I was gonna get them for you, but I have certificates on end. I'm not really the type of student that like gets below 70 on a regular basis. Usually something happened for me to get below 70. So I'm like, that's why I kind of had that confidence. I was like, nah, man, I can do this. Like, come on now. And I remember in the second semester, I got 14% for a maths test. Engineering mathematics, engineering calculus. I got 14%. I have never been so torn up, y'all. Like, it wasn't the end of the world, but I was just kind of questioning my capabilities. And I was crashing out. And mind you, I'm not just going through hardship at school and at work. I'm going through hardship even in my personal life. Right? I'm an adult. I don't want to say I'm an adult. I'm a firstborn, right? So I don't have any parents, so I'm taking care of all my brothers, and there's just kind of home issues. There's like a lot of issues there, and I'm also in my 20s, bro. I'm trying to figure my life out, my damn self, and I was just kind of like, I'm going through so much. Like, it was so intense for me. And I was like, why did I do this? I had to travel between Pretoria and the Vaal every single week. And I don't have a car. I can't drive. So I used to, I would have to use public transportation back and forth. Sometimes I'll be in the taxi at 8 p.m. Like, I was risking my safety. Like, there was just so many things, bro. And in some meetings, I'd arrive late. I hate being late. One thing about me, I don't like being late. Like, I wouldn't articulate myself, or I wouldn't be present in meetings the way that I usually am present in meetings. One thing about me, I'm gonna give my business. I have my ducks in a row when I'm about to enter a meeting. I don't care how casual it is, yeah. But I'm there, like I have my ducks in a row. I know exactly what to say. I know how to express my opinion. I know how to back up my opinion. I just know everything. So I was so like shuffled, bro. I had assignments upon assignments. My schedules were always mad. Like every single week I would have at least 3 assignments, 2 tests minimum, and practicals. Like every single week. I don't remember having a week where I wasn't even resting, because even when we had recess between semester 1 and semester 2, I had a year module which you work on the whole year whether you like it or not, honestly. And in between that recess I was trying to also catch up on work. Like I need to kind of be on par so that I can, because there's no recess with work. Yeah, you're still working, you're still grinding, you're still going through it. And then I remember at the time I was kind of fitting on some jeans and I couldn't fit in them jeans anymore. I wasn't going to the gym at all. I think the last time I went to the gym was in March. I was demotivated, and the thing about not having anyone here is that you are your own adult. No one is gonna save you. When you're down, you need to pick yourself up. When you're high, you need to praise yourself. When you need motivation, you need to motivate yourself. No one is going to come to you and help you through anything. Like nobody. And even my friends, I think I only had like 2 friends who were really there for me constantly, just like constantly. And to a certain degree, they're also going through their own lives. I feel like it's unfair for me to always want and like whatever from them, because they're also figuring themselves out. They're also in their 20s, figuring themselves out. They're trying to find a job, or the other one has a job, but then he's trying to figure it out as well, on how to be the best version of himself at work as well. So many things going on, yeah. And I was absolutely crashing out. I crashed out the most, obviously, when I failed that test, but then also when I had this engineering project, yeah, and I had to go and submit it. I had to go and present it, sorry. And 2 days before presentation, I lost it, like in a taxi, because my mind was so messed up that I couldn't even remember that I have a project in the taxi. I just got off the taxi and wanted to go home, because I was thinking of so many things at once. Like I was just crashing out, bro. I remember I was even studying electronics like in the first semester, bro. I couldn't process the information because I'm thinking of so many things at once. There's presentations, like, I kind of set a certain standard at work for myself as well, where people know, like, if this has to be done, siyanda's there. If this has to be done, siyanda's there. Like, if this has to be done, siyanda's there. I kind of set that standard for myself, which I have to uphold as well, if not better. So I went through so much, bro. There's nothing that I can say that can kind of paint the perfect picture to you about what I went through. It was crazy, and I'm going through my own emotions, bro. I'm lonely. I feel like I don't have my life figured out. I can't even drive. I have no car. I don't even know how to support my brothers to be the best versions of themselves, because they're looking to me like I'm their big sister. I don't even know how to be there for them the best way that I can. I don't know how to. I was just crashing out, bro, the whole year. I think that's why I wasn't really posting too much on here, but I tried my best. I was crashing out. I was not doing well here at all. But I remember my mom would always say that if you diagnose yourself with something, you're going to become worse. So you need to just wake up every day and try again. Just persevere. So I went through so much shit, yeah. I would miss deadlines. I would miss... bro. I'm gonna cry. Psych, I'm not gonna cry. I just went through it. I think I'll put in some clips. I've already put in some clips in between here just for you to see. Like, at some point I was in the lab and I was working overnight, bro. Like, when I lost that project, I was working overnight only for me to get to school the next day, miss my presentation deadline, and beg those lecturers to let me present. And when I begged them and they finally said yes and I was ready to show them my shit, it stopped working. It stopped working. It didn't work anymore. I was like, I can't fail. There's just no way. There's just no way. I can't fail. So I cooked. I had to put some things together. I had a video when it was working, so I showed it to them, and they believed me. And what helped me really with that presentation is that when it came to the prototype, because when you're busy with the project over a year, they kind of bring you in and like, no, let's check what's happening with your project so far. What are you doing? What are your ideas? How are you thinking? And I would explain it to them to the best of my ability. And then they were like, no, we believe in this, but you have to improve it. So I improved it. Then when I got there, it didn't work. But then the lecturer that I was speaking to and kind of like dissecting my project with, he was like, I know you've been working on this and this happened and whatever. So he kind of, I had to explain my code. I had to kind of just do. First of all, I'm not even a person who codes. I don't really be coding like that. Another thing, I'm not a coder, but I had to learn how to code. Bro. You guys, I haven't even had a Yo, this was a bad year, bro. This was one of the worst years of my entire life. This year 1000% almost broke me. Yeah, it was bad, y'all. Like, I don't know. And you know how I know it was bad, yeah, is that I would like, I'm not a person who cries. Like, I'm not really someone who like, if I feel overwhelmed or whatever, I'll keep it in. Like, I'll do all of that when I get some alone time. But I couldn't even hold it anymore. Sometimes, let's say I write a report at work and someone is going to go and review it, and whatever feedback that I would get from them, whether it wouldn't even be that deep, it would be something very weird, and my tears just are falling down my face. It was just bad, man. It was hectic for me. I wouldn't even do my hair. I wouldn't do my nails. I wouldn't take care of my. I would only take care of my skin, because I always kind of kept that thing as well, where my mom would say, don't ever look like your problems. Don't ever look like your problems. I can say that through each and every single day, I wore a smile on my face. I made people laugh. I still was there for my friends. I remember this other friend. She was going through a very bad situation with her partner, and I opened my home for her, and I kept her warm in my home, which is something that we've never done. And I won't go into depth with it, but I was there for her. I even kind of tried to, yeah, but whatever. Like, I helped her with so much, yeah. And I never asked for anything back, and I never will. God doesn't teach us to be friends like that, yeah. But then as soon as she was fine, that's when my shit now started piling up. Like, I was just going through it. And I was trying to, I'm not a person who also likes to burden people with my own issues. So I don't easily open up to people about my issues. But then I really gathered my strength and just kind of wanted to be vulnerable and just explain this is what's happening. Like, I have no energy for like I'm down. I feel like I'm falling into depression. And she basically just said to me, God will be there for you. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Just pray. And I remember I cried over that. And then, you see me, I love myself, yeah. So I cried over that, and then I was like, you know what? Just cut it off. This relationship has been going on for over 15 years, yeah. But I cut it off. I was like, I don't have the energy for this. This, I don't deserve this, yeah. So I had to go through those emotions as well, and just dissect it. And I was just going through so much, man. Going through so much. I'm gaining weight. My arms are big. I remember I did this experiment this one time. I was just trying to, I'm very insecure with my arms. Like, most of them, when I gain weight, the fat goes to the on top of my butt. It goes to my stomach, and it goes to my arms, but my arms mostly. So I'm incredibly insecure about them. They just don't. I'm not insecure because of what people will think. I'm just insecure because they deter my confidence. So this one time, I tried to just experiment and just be like, let's just try and be confident no matter how we look. Yeah. And I went to work with like a short sleeve. Like I was like I don't know if I was like this or something. Yeah, I was like this. Yeah. And everyone that I would speak to would kind of just direct their eyes here all the time. They would just direct their eyes. This other colleague, she was like, "You're getting big." People, when you're nice to people, they feel like they can overstep certain boundaries. But I didn't really care to address it because it's just a colleague. They're not really significant in my life like that, yeah. But it was really bad. I was gaining. I could feel like I couldn't even do things that I usually do. Like, I'm a very active person. Like, I love jumping around, doing all these crazy things. I used to play with other kids on the street. Like, I do handstands all over the gaff. I just do anything that I want to do. Yeah, but I couldn't do those things anymore. When I would it was just bad. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. And my confidence just went down, bro. My hair, like, I was just going through a lot, yeah. So that is what took up majority of my 2025. But there are positives. I learned so much about myself, man. So much. I learned that through it all, yeah, I will always persevere. One thing about me, yeah, I don't care how tall the mountain is. I don't care how big I am. I don't care how out of breath I am. Yeah, I will get to the top of that mountain. I promise you. Like, I almost failed maths as a module. Period. I had to dig deep. I wrote my first exam. I failed it. I wrote my second exam. I made it. I had to dig, yo. I had to dig, and I dug, you understand, and I persevered. I shocked myself. I was like, wow, like, we really got through this, through all the stuff that you're going through. The water at home, they closed it. We had no water at home. We oh man, but I persevered. Like, I'm a strong ass motherfucker. I'm so strong. And then I also was like, through it all, I'm going to find something that will direct me to my purpose. Okay, let me give you guys some context to this, right? I don't know, I think I'll do it in another video when I try to reintroduce myself to people who just joined the new Ravens. They are probably so traumatized. Like, what is this girl talking about? Like, she's traumatic. No, I'm just joking. But the reason why I got in front of the camera or whatever is because I'm a creative at heart. Like, from a very young, I used to write poems. I used to draw. I used to like paint, kind of, not really paint, but like I used to just do a lot of things. I used to write lyrics. I used to sing. I used to design, like, whether it's a space, whether it's clothing, I used to do everything. Things that are very creative. When you're growing up, you used to get those Barbie stencils and you would draw like a dress over them or whatever. I used to there was this girl in grade 4. She had like a book and she would draw on them, and I would ask her for like 2 sheets just for me to draw, and she would give them to me. I remember it was Danielle. What was her name again? I'm not gonna say her name. Why would I do that? But it was Danielle, and she would give it to me, and then I would draw and I would erase, because I only had 2 stencils. I had to save the other one for the second half of the year. I used to like draw, take a picture, or like draw, memorize it, and then like draw. I am such a creative, and I haven't explored that part of my brain in such a long time. That's why whenever I experience something in my life, yeah, I feel this urge to just take out my phone and just capture it, and try to like kind of show my feeling of, I don't know, just to kind of capture how whatever it is that I'm experiencing makes me feel, so that someone else who doesn't have the privilege or isn't experiencing what I'm experiencing right now feels like they're experiencing it. Do you know what I mean? That's why I got in front of the camera. And I love editing. Like, I love it. Like, I don't edit on my laptop yet. I edit on this one that I'm recording on. I will stay for 5 hours editing nonstop. And I know the little nitty-gritties, and I will focus on them, and I will improve them, and I am a creative. I love graphic design. I love creating. But you know what I also love? Being a critical thinker. So I'm like, okay, cool, my profession is kind of exhausting the critical thinking part of my brain, yeah. But the creative part is in a drought. It's in a drought. Ain't nobody nurturing that part. So what are we gonna do about that? And then that's where social media came to play. And I'm having the time of my life. I don't care about the views or whatever. I'm not there. Right now I'm focusing on building my community, people to resonate with me. And I'm on here to put something out there into the world that I would love to see. I'm tired of vlogs. I'm joking, no hate to vlogs. I love vloggers, they do their thing. But I think there's this old element of YouTube that I'm missing. And I want to bring it back, you know. So, yeah, man. That's why I'm doing this. And I'm going to do this until I feel like I'm fulfilled. I'm going to do this. I won't stop. I promise you I won't stop. I have dreams, obviously, from this creative endeavor that I'm pursuing on my Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I'm going to give my all through it all. Yeah. So that's also a positive that came out of 2025, is that actually you are a creative. Another positive that came out of it is that I had to overcome my fear of speaking in front of the camera on other platforms. And I'll talk about that in like a different video. I've been talking for 25 minutes. Yeah. But yeah, like there's just so many elements to it. So yeah, but I think looking forward now to 2026, I'm going to try to get my body in check. I want to be healthier. My heart has been working overtime, dealing with my emotions, dealing with how I've been taking care of it, dealing with me walking up and down, dealing with just, it's been going through a lot, and I want to take care of it. I want to be more healthier. More healthier is mad. I want to be healthier. That's it. I want to better myself in so many domains, really, in so many aspects. And I will. It won't take 12 months. It can, but it won't take 12 months. It will take the necessary time that God deems fit for me in order for me to be the person that I want to be, and in order for me to be at a point where I can impact people who are in this position that I'm in right now. You know, so I'm looking forward to the year. I don't have too many expectations. I'm not studying this year. I'm just focusing on my work, and I'm focusing on my endeavor. And yeah, I've been meaning to do this video for such a long time, but I've just been trying to overcome this feeling of filming in public. I went to the mall the other day, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pop this camera over here and speak to it. And it took me a while. But I did. And I feel like if I do it over and over and over and over and over again, I'll be better. I have my eye on the DJI Action 6. Yeah. You see, when I get that camera, I have no excuse. I don't think I'll be shy. I'm not shy of people. I don't know. I'll talk about it in a different video, bro. The sun is going down. I'm in the hood. I'm at home. I'm back at work on Monday. Today is Friday. Yeah, today is Friday. You seeing this on Sunday? Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who decided to stay. You know me, at the end of every single video, I just say, I hope you stay. I'm not really a subscribe, like, comment kind of person. Do you? Anything, I receive it, you know. So Thank you for being here. God bless you guys. Yeah. I hope that you guys have an amazing year. Whether it's through hardships, just know that whatever you go through, no matter how hard it is, there's a lesson that you should take out of it. And you will keep on going through a hardship if you don't learn your lesson. So the quicker you learn your lesson and you talk to God and you dissect everything, the easier it is for you to get through that hurdle, and it prepares you for what's to come, you know. So don't give up, bro. You got it. You got it. We're gonna attack 2026 and we're gonna do our best. And God bless our journey. God bless your journey. As I said, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. I'm sorry the video is this long, but I had to vent to my people. You guys have a great day. Yeah.